G'day ladies and gentlemen, my name's Scotty.
My name's Benji.
And my name's Bromeo. Welcome to That's the Game. In this video, we'll be continuing our look at hero roles, this time focusing on owning offense. We'll be getting a grasp on how each offensive hero performs and fulfills their role. Let's kick things off with the time-traveling Tracer. Tracer is an appropriate pickup in most settings. However, we believe players can really unlock and capitalize on her loadout when on attack, particularly on maps with flanking pathways to objective points. A well-played Tracer is hero and map aware, and is played as an evasive loner, taking kills and zipping away before the enemy is any wiser. However, Tracer has a small health pool. This, partnered with a long rewind cooldown, can result in leaving careless players in a sticky situation, and resulting in an easy kill for the enemy team. Her primary role is as a flanker. Her ability to zip through choke points, or through lesser-known alternative paths, gives Tracer an opportunity to attack an unguarded capture point, or harass an enemy's back line. Her high mobility makes her perfect for this role, and often results in the enemy team giving up a solid choke point defense in order to dispose of you.
Let's have a look at the silent assassin Genji. Genji really performs best on attack rather than defense, and works well on most maps. He works as an excellent counter to high damage heroes like Bastion, and can punish teams with an exposed backline. His low health pool does make him vulnerable to splash damage, and his primary and secondary projectiles can be difficult to land. Genji's primary role is as a brawler. His high mobility, hard-hitting primary fire, and his damage deflect make him a difficult hero to take out, particularly in a 1v1 scenario. In the right hands, Genji can end most brawls on top, often unscathed. Genji's secondary role is as a flanker. Much like Tracer, he can slip through choke points or take flank paths unnoticed. This allows him to take out stationary defensive targets and turrets, upset choke point defense, and pave the way for the rest of your team.
Next up is the magnificent McCree. For both attacking and defending teams, McCree is a great selection to add to your roster. McCree shines on all maps, however is particularly strong when given a bit of cover to work with. With that said, McCree has low maneuverability and can suffer in open spaces, particularly when populated with several enemy heroes. His primary role within your team composition is as a disruptor. The obvious correlation here is through the use of his flashbang ability. McCree's disruption capabilities do not stop there. His ability to take down any hero in under a second leaves the enemy team a hero down and can totally disrupt and put the enemy team off balance right before an objective rush. McCree's secondary role, Tank Hunter, flows from his primary role. Through the combination of his flashbang, fan the hammer, and roll reload, McCree can punish any, if not all, tanks finding themselves alone with the cool cowboy.
Next up, let's take to the skies and look at PHARAH. A highly mobile flying assassin, PHARAH works her magic in both offensive and defensive scenarios. She really excels when firing on a group of enemy heroes defending a point or pushing a payload, particularly in maps allowing her to capitalize on her vertical advantage. PHARAH's flight, however, is a bit of a double-edged sword. While giving you a vantage point, it also makes you incredibly vulnerable to sniping heroes. Her main role is as a sweeper. Her primary fire can dish out splash or direct damage, useful for both grouped and overextended enemies. This is augmented when used in tandem with her flight and hover abilities, giving her plenty of opportunities to dish out justice from above. Her secondary role is as a disruptor. Through the use of her knockback, PHARAH can upset the positioning of the opposing team. With a keen eye and a bit of luck, you can get some environmental kills by ejecting a poorly positioned enemy off the map. Additionally, PHARAH's knockback can be used in a defensive manner. When overextended, it's a brilliant last-minute reprieve to avoid some incoming damage.
Let's have a look at the Lord of the Shadows, Reaper. Reaper is a close-range assassin that is a strong pick for both defending and attacking teams. His short-range fire excels on maps with tight nooks and crannies, or where he can safely position himself close to an enemy undetected. Reaper begins to suffer, however, in large open areas with minimal cover, finding himself significantly outmatched against long-range heroes who can deal fatal damage without even entering Reaper's damage range. Reaper's primary role within the team lineup is as a sweeper. Through the combination of his abilities, Wraithform and Teleport, Reaper can position himself close enough to deal critical damage and sweep up kills on several enemies. His heavy close-range damage and avoidance abilities make his secondary role as a tank hunter quite evident. With larger hitboxes, Reaper's shotgun spray doesn't go to waste by quickly chewing away at high health pool heroes.
Finally, we have the Grizzly Soldier 76. 76 is a phenomenal pick in all scenarios of the game. We truly believe he is a strong pick in any team composition and brings value even when brought in numbers. His primary and secondary fire provide great damage and cover, and his area of effect heal not only makes him extremely self-sufficient, but also allows him to act as pseudo support. Soldier really is one of the best team players currently in the game. This jack of all trades is a fantastic brawler. His ability to dump significant burst damage with his Helix rockets and consistent damage output through his primary fire makes him a great point man. His area of effect heals in tandem with his firepower can maintain team momentum, allowing for a continued team assault or payload push. With this all in mind, Soldier is a safe pick and may be just what your team needs to get them out of a bind.
Thanks for watching this week's video, guys. Next week, we'll jump right into part 3 of our hero role analysis. Please show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's always appreciated. Thanks, and that's the game.